Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded. What's going on around the world? If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. So James Comey, he has been indicted. This is a great day for America. I see a lot of people online, especially Democrats and liberals, and just even Republicans in general, saying this is a sad day for America. Now, this is one of the greatest days in American history. It's about time President Trump shows these law breaking communist pieces of garbage that their behavior will not be accepted anymore and nobody's above the law. You know, Democrats' famous line that nobody's above the law. When is Hussein Obama going down? Because I don't want to hear that he wasn't involved in any of this. That's a bunch of garbage. Hussein Obama is the reason why we have Antifa, BLM, the trans garbage, open borders, you name it. He is the catalyst to all the chaos inside this country. Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Alejandro Mayorkas, Hussein Obama, James Comey, Christopher Wray, Merrick Garland, they all need to be brought up on charges of treason. We all know it. It needs to be done. Let's jump into this video and I'll go from there.
So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for indictments, potential prosecutions, accountability from those people who may have lied under oath, like John Brennan, James Comey, and perhaps Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's why I've made the referrals that I have. DNI Gabbard has made referrals.
Yeah.
And why we're going to continue to share the intelligence that would support the ability of our Department of Justice to make bring fair and just claims against those who have perpetrated this hoax against the American people and this stain on our country.
Director, one other question on this. Tulsi, as well as President Trump, used the word. So what I think I hear you saying is there is still an opportunity for.
It's a great day for America. It's about time. It's about time that this happened. You know, James Comey, the same dirtbag, calling for President Trump's assassination with his little cute drawings in the sand, 86-47. Hey, President Trump, if you're watching me, you need me to take all these pieces of garbage to Gitmo? Don't worry, I'll handle the rest, and I'll do it with pride for America. I love it. I love seeing Democrats go down. It's about friggin' time. George Soros needs to be next. He's a criminal. George Soros and his low-life dirtbag son need to be banned from America. First, George Soros and his son need to be sent to federal prison for 40 years. And then when they're released, they need to be banned from America. George Soros is responsible for a large majority of chaos in the United States of America. Having liberal judges appointed who let criminals walk free. 20 convictions. Oh, we can't put him in jail. Let him walk free so he could carve somebody up in the park with a knife or stab a girl on the bus. These are all George Soros puts money to get these DAs into office and to get certain politicians elected to cause chaos. And President Trump needs to put a stop to it now. Enough is enough already. We are not a safe country anymore. It's not safe for anybody. It's not safe to send your kids to school, to church, to let them play in the playground because of Democrats and their policies. You got trans weirdos in the classroom. You got illegals, terrorists, and illegal criminals in the playgrounds. Democrats have destroyed the church, the school system, every single thing that they touch, they destroy, and they make it unsafe for the rest of us. And I am effing sick of it. And I want to see all of these people locked up for the rest of their lives. It's time to stop playing nice with them. Remember these two pieces of garbage? She's about to be indicted for mortgage fraud. Go figure. I wouldn't expect anything else from a Democrat. Although that doesn't apply to me. I would never do such a thing.
Is above the law. No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are.
Our job.
God, she's effing sickening, isn't she? She just is, this slob too.
Is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor.
The fact is, no one is above the law.
No one, not even the president, is above the law.
No one is above the law.
I got to thank all you pieces of garbage. You know why? Because all of you pieces of garbage are the reason why 110 million Americans came out and voted for President Trump. Letitia James, and they just make me sick because they're disgusting, vile, evil human beings, every one of them. And where's Fannie Willis? How come old Fannie, how come she's not going to prison where she belongs with her bullshit case? Let's not forget Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, a prosecutor and a district attorney, sleeping with each other, who are prosecuting President Trump. Oh, that they should have been disbarred right there on the spot, but of course not. Hey, if you're a Democrat and a certain demographic, you can do whatever you want. You won't lose your license. Absolutely comical. Just makes me sick. Democrats, you make me sick. And let's not forget that Hussein Obama had James Comey go after Michael Flynn. They should both be prosecuted and sent to Gitmo for life for orchestrating a false prosecution of an American patriot and Michael Flynn. Their behavior is absolutely disgusting and appalling. Democrats have now weaponized the justice system to go after political opponents and Republicans. They've destroyed every single thing that they touch in the United States of America. Our justice system, our school system, our churches, our border, our safety, our sanity, and it needs to end today. And this is a good start. Lock them up and throw away the key. President Trump needs to stop playing nice with these dirtbags. When I think about Charlie Kirk's assassination, the timing of James Comey being indicted, even though James Comey deserves to be indicted, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's guilty, it just doesn't sit very well with me at all. At all. We all know what happened to Charlie Kirk, and this is what I believe happened to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was starting to turn on Israel. And if you're a Republican, you're supposed to go hand in hand with whatever Israel wants. Obviously, Charlie Kirk was never going to be a Democrat. So neither side would be able to control Charlie Kirk, Republicans or Democrats. And Charlie Kirk had to go because Charlie Kirk was becoming too powerful. He had millions and millions of young people behind him going to college campuses. And if you think that our intelligence agencies don't pick up on that, of course they do. They know exactly who is who and what is what and who is yielding power. The intelligence agencies know, whether they're American, Israeli, Russian, it doesn't matter. They know the influencers in America who yield power. They do. They keep an eye on it. They know if you're an influencer that is starting to be followed by millions and millions of people for political reasons, you don't think you pop up on their radar? Of course you do. And Charlie Kirk was becoming too powerful. And now Charlie Kirk was going off script from his donors, who a good portion of them were Israeli Jewish donors. Charlie Kirk came out and said, the Jewish donors have a lot of explaining to do. They're behind open borders and all these crazy leftist policies. He was even starting to question if Benjamin Netanyahu intentionally let border security down on October 7th to allow the massacre to happen so the world would come and throw support behind Israel. Charlie Kirk said that. It's not me saying it. I'm not the one saying this. Charlie Kirk was saying this. And his donors were furious. Bill Ackman, the sit down in the Hamptons. Charlie, we gave you a lot of money. You need to shut your mouth. It's going to go bad. And it went bad. And now we have this today, a couple days after Charlie Kirk's memorial. Now we have this today, a couple days after Charlie Kirk's memorial, where James Comey and Democrats are now being indicted. And now all the focus and the media shift will be on these stories instead of Charlie Kirk's. I mean, Charlie Kirk will never be forgotten about, but I'm just talking about the intense media scrutiny and the storyline. That's life. That's how it goes. But I have, after watching Charlie Kirk's security team, when he was assassinated, how they jumped over tables, removing cameras, handing off things to each other, SD cards being removed, it stinks to high hell. And Charlie Kirk's security detail was Israeli. And remember, you had Charlie Kirk's wife come out at the memorial and say she doesn't believe in coincidence. She just happened to meet Charlie in Israel when Charlie was in Israel also. Oh, yeah, she just happened to be hanging out at the same time. Go figure. Well, I don't believe in coincidence either. I believe the government, I believe the Israeli government and the American government, they know the type of women that Charlie Kirk likes. She was placed there as a handler for Charlie Kirk. I don't buy this story at all. And now, guess who takes control of Turning Point USA? There will be a new direction for Turning Point USA. And if I had to bet my life on it, the new direction of Turning Point USA will be pro-Israel times a million. And the thing that bothers me about all of this is this. When those agencies, foreign agencies, work on American soil, that means the American government let them operate on American soil. Hurts. Doesn't that hurt? Yeah, Charlie Kirk trying to bring millions of people to Christianity, make them get married, make them have children, put America and Americans first. And because he was starting to not support a foreign government in Israel, the American government said, hey, do what you got to do. He's becoming too powerful for us to handle also. He's not going to do the Republican playbook with Israel, and he's definitely not a Democrat. We can't control him, so he's got to go. Charlie Kirk wasn't good for business. He became too powerful for his own good and became collateral damage to his own success. That's how I see it. That's my opinion. And Erica Kirk, they say the eyes don't lie. I'm sorry. I don't trust this lady as far as I could throw her. To me, when I watched the memorial, her emotions, it just didn't match her fake mannerisms. I'm just not buying it at all. And then I keep reading article after article how Erica Kirk and her Christian organization was kicked out of Romania. There's a part of Romania that's a human trafficking hub. And Erica Kirk brought her church and organization there. And guess what? All these children started to go missing. And she was thrown out of Romania. And I don't want to go too far off course, but this is exactly why Andrew and Tristan Tate moved to Romania also. And they even admitted to that in a prior interview. And that's why I say the things I say about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, and anybody supports them. The Tates are human traffickers, pimps, pedophiles, crypto scammers, and everything else under the sun. But that's a whole different video. I want to play this video. I saw this video the other day.
Yeah, so Republicans in Israel might have shot themselves in the foot with this Charlie Kirk thing, because Erica Kirk's story is coming out and the Republicans are freaking out over it. So if you don't know what's going on, Charlie Kirk's wife won Miss Arizona, a beauty pageant, when she was, I think, 17. She had never contested before. Someone just told her, hey, you could be a beauty pageant. And guess what company she worked for? Guess who she worked for as in the beauty pageant? Donald Trump. Right after she won the beauty pageant, she ended up creating a Christian ministry that works with children and went to go work with the Romanian government. So now you have all these conservatives on TikTok and on Twitter asking, what kind of power does a 17-year-old have to create a Christian ministry to go work with the Romanian government, to go for orphans? Now, here's the funny thing. At the same time that her ministry was in Romania working with the Romanian government, Romania went through a massive case of children missing. So the Romanian government kicked her, like her Christian organization that was in Romania to help Christian babies. The Romanian government told her to get the fuck out of the country because something just doesn't add up. Because her ministry is linked with too many children going missing. So now, I swear, go on TikTok, go on Twitter right now, search Erica Kirk. That's all you'll see. Everyone is talking about how the fuck she was 17. She won a beauty pageant under Trump's agency. And then right after she won the beauty pageant, she went to Romania, started working with children. Children started going missing, and the Romanian government kicked her out.
The Erica Kirk situation reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein in a way. Let me explain. Remember how Jeffrey Epstein, somebody just happened to give Jeffrey Epstein $700 million so he could buy these penthouses in Manhattan and be this big socialite. So Jeffrey Epstein could pull off the biggest sex blackmail operation in CIA history because he worked for Mossad. Well, Erica Kirk, when she was 20 years old, 21 years old, mysteriously, she just became a multimillionaire overnight, $27 million. Who do you think gave her that money? If I had to trace that money back to where it came from, I would say it came from Israeli donors or the Israeli government. How convenient. I don't trust Erica Kirk at all. And I want to hear Candace Owens talk about this. I want to hear Candace Owens acknowledge it, whether it's true or not true, about Erica Kirk and her ministry in Romania being kicked out for child trafficking. I want to hear Candace Owens, who claims that she's going to get to the bottom of Charlie Kirk's assassination and the murder plot and everything. I want to hear you address this situation. Is this true? Is it not true? And I want to hear why. Candace Owens, you can't be out there saying, you're for Charlie Kirk, you're going to get to the bottom of everything, and then certain things that you're just going to blatantly ignore, which are being passed all over the internet, that Erica Kirk was involved in child trafficking. Can't ignore that part, Candace, since you're so for the children all the time. Let's hear your response, Candace.
The doctor told me it was something so instant that even if Charlie had been shot in the operating room itself, nothing could have been done. There was no pain, there was no fear, no agony. One moment, Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth. Even the doctor told me.
I'm just not buying it. And right away, she forgives Tyler Robinson. I forget. So now everybody in the whole planet will say, well, Tyler Robinson has to be guilty because Erica Kirk forgived him. That's pretty convenient. Listen, I'm not letting Tyler Robinson off the hook, because in order for these intelligence agencies to trick you, that means that you have to be a willing participant or agree with that Charlie Kirk should no longer be walking the earth. So he's no innocent party here. But I don't think for a second that Tyler Robinson was the actual trigger man who ended Charlie Kirk's life at all. So when Erica Kirk comes out and says, I forgive him, the entire world is going to look in that direction and say, well, Erica Kirk forgave, so Tyler Robinson must be the shooter. Now, not at all. This just doesn't sit well with me at all. Charlie Kirk's... Since the Charlie Kirk incident, I've had the worst feeling in my stomach and my gut. This just shows you how dangerous American politics is if neither side can control you and you want to be an independent and run to be president of the United States. And once they see that you have the backing and the support of your fellow Americans, the military industrial complex, and certain outside agencies who run the United States government, who want an American-Israeli relationship, once they see it's not going to go that way, your life will be taken from you in a heartbeat. And we saw that with Charlie Kirk. They pulled it off right before your eyes in front of millions of people. And now they want to turn the page and talk about Democrats who are going to be indicted when those Democrats should have been indicted 2 years ago. Now, I'm happy they're being indicted, but this whole thing stinks to high hell for me. Then it comes out that Erica Kirk was married to a Romanian, Eric Chelsvig. She founded Romanian Angels, was kicked out of Romania for allegations of misconduct, including child trafficking. This will be the last thing I say about Erica Kirk for today. Look at the old devil horn she throws into the air at Charlie's service. Man, it's sickening. Doesn't seem to be a grieving widow to me. She forgave really fast. I mean, she's got 100 million reasons to be excited now. I can only call it how I see it. I'm not buying the story at all. Charlie Kirk was becoming too powerful. Neither side could control him. and Charlie Kirk became collateral damage to his own success. Charlie Kirk backed himself in a corner, starting to question Israel and letting people know on both sides that he wasn't going to be controlled. So Charlie Kirk had to go. Charlie Kirk was not good for business as usual in politics. There is no bigger piece of garbage on television than Ryan Clark. This is what Ryan Clark had to say about Lamar Jackson. ESPN's Ryan Clark says that Lamar Jackson needs to win a Super Bowl to continue the evolution of the black quarterback. Lamar passed Vic for most rushing yards all time by a QB, but it's a collective win for the evolution of the black quarterback. Could you imagine making $2 to $10 million a year, and the only thing you ever do every single day is make every segment of ESPN racial? If you ever wanted to see a walking pile of racist garbage, just look at racist Ryan Clark. I mean, because after all, Jalen Hurts winning back-to-back Super Bowls as a black quarterback, that doesn't count. Patrick Mahomes definitely doesn't count. He's too pale, has a white wife. So according to racist Ryan Clark, he's not black enough. He's just an effing clown. He's just trash. He's just ignorant, low IQ, garbage human being. That's exactly what racist Ryan Clark is. Let's see what this idiot had to say.
I want to say it to you, and I want to say it to Randall Cunningham, and I want to say it to Russell Wilson, and I want to say it to Michael Vick. This is the evolution of the position.
Yeah.
Without Randall Cunningham having to try to conform and be a pocket passer and also show his athleticism, we don't get to Michael Vick. And without Michael Vick accepting that and working to become a better passer, working to become a better leader, we don't get a Cam Newton.
Yep.
And if Cam Newton doesn't bring the style of play that he
Okay, who's in the background? Yep, yep. Like you know anything? What? Really? So we needed to have Michael Vick to have Cam Newton. What about Doug Williams? Beautiful pocket passer for the Redskins, number 17. You don't mention him, right? Racist Ryan Clark. What's the matter? He's not black enough for you? He's just a piece of garbage. Look, even Cam's just like, even Cam, the stupid things that he says. Remember, according to Cam Newton, Deion Sanders is a better coach than Nick Saban in college football. I mean, even Cam at this point is like, can you get me the F out of here?
He had the opportunity to bring from Auburn to the NFL and win an MVP doing it. We don't have a Lamar Jackson.
Correct.
See, we've needed at that.
Yeah, he has to have the hype man. Yeah, correct. Yeah. She doesn't know anything. Can you tell me what a cover 2 is? Can you let me know what that is? I guarantee you this woman knows absolutely nothing about football. Nothing. Zero.
Position because of all the negativity surrounding whether or not people like you can play it. We needed each of you to get to this point.
Yes.
And that's why we need Lamar Jackson to take that next step and hold that Lombardi trophy the same way we all cried when Doug Williams did it in the 80s.
Yes.
And I want to say it to you. And
how many times can you say yes and preach? Yeah, I'm sure she's up there for her football knowledge. Sure, ESPN. I guarantee you that's why you hired her, because she's just so in tune to what's going on football fields, right? We could call, when we do chalk talk or look at the film or the projector, we're going to let her lead the way. Let's see how that goes. Racist Ryan, he's just a piece of garbage. I mean, I can only say it in so many ways. He's just a pathetic pile of racist garbage. Racist Ryan Clark and his low IQ takes makes ESPN completely unwatchable. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.